Can't seem to get it in. Ugh. Oh my word. Ow. Welcome to episode 4 of Fixing 40, and this week we're going to be tackling the automatic transmission and performing a full service on it. We have got a large tool, that's not me, well it could be. We've also got a gasket just here to go round the bottom of the gearbox sump. We've also got this new filter as well, so this comes shipped with a new ring as well. We've also got some Dextron too, so that's appropriate for the transmission we're working on today. I've got my drain pan over here as well. The XJ40 4 litre, mine is a 1994 model. Well, that actually does take a ZF 4 EP4 9E transmission, so it's one of the early electronic ZF boxes, if I'm not too mistaken. Those running a 3.2 XJ40 or even a 3.6 XJS coupe, that will be the 4 HP22. That's a vacuum driven transmission rather than an electronic one. Right, here we go. So here is the gearbox pan just here. There's a drain port there. But interestingly, you can see here, this is the actual dipstick line that goes in. And looking at it, to me, this has a lower point than this. So what I might do is actually just free off that. In order to do that, you can see there's some transmission shifting shielding here. Very straightforward. I think that's a 10mm there. And there's one just tucked out of sight off camera, just around here, but easily accessible. Take that off, drop the shielding, and then you can see we've also got 10mm here, also on the other side, mirroring the setup we've got here. So 1, 2, 3, so I think 6, possibly 7 in total. Cool, that's been put on tight. That made a reassuring crack. I don't know why people put these on so tight though. I swear it's not meant to be on that tight, but we'll see. That's a bit better. Okay, the 10mm bolts have all been slackened off the transmission sump, and I've got a 32, but I realised it's actually a 30. But fortunately, there's enough purchase on this large nut to mean that it's actually coming off. So let me just get a bit of light on that so you can see what I'm looking at. So now I should just be able to turn that by hand, and with any luck we should get, I'm going to move that back a bit in case it all floods out onto me. I'm just gonna, that's unscrewing quite nicely. Here we go. Ooh, red fluid. So this is probably going to kind of just gush out. Here you go. So let's let that drain out and come back to it. In fact, the fluid looks quite good quality. I'm quite impressed actually. Okay, nearly there. Just got one more. I'm supporting the tray. I think I've just got one more support to get off, which is just down here. And then I think I should be able to release the tray. Yeah, here she comes. There we go. Fluid successfully dispatched into the thing. I'm probably going to need to get a tray or something to for the perennial drips. So over here you can see we've got the filter that we'll need to replace. I've got the pan over there, so I'm going to check the magnet in a minute just to see what kind of condition this is. 2 magnets, and I'm really pleased to say that there's no, it's just a very fine paste, which is good news. Clearly this hasn't been changed for probably well over a decade, but it's just a fine paste, no big chunks. I'm really pleased about that. So I've just got one stuck slightly here, that's not a problem. and then we've got the other clips there, so that's fine. I will reunite it with its bolts. I'm going to put that just there, no worries. And what I'm going to do now is I'll just wipe the worst off the paste. You'll see how much is on here when I run my finger over it. Look at this. Wow, look at that. That's metal filings, but it's a fine paste, so it means no excessive gearbox wear. That's actually really good. So I'll clean this down with some brake cleaner fluid, get it all nice and clean. You can see here we've got also the gasket, so I was going to peel that off as well. There you go. So we've got new gasket sitting down there, the old one's there. So let's get on and clean this up a little bit, and then I'll turn my attention to fitting the new filter. It's quite windy outside, so I bought this inside the garage. I've cleaned this all up with brake cleaner, pulled the magnets off, gave them a good clean, and just given it a thorough wipe round so that it's nice and clean, so we haven't got any contaminants in here as well. So I just want to turn my attention now to the filter just here, and it looks like it's just held on by a 1, 2, there's a feel around there. I think it's a 1, 2, 3 little possibly torque or hex. Okay, so it looks like the little filter's held on by a T27 Torx. So I'm just going to fit that in, and that's just held on really snug, so I'm saying that feels like about 8 Newton meters. Really snug. Well, there's one there as well. Let's get that. So absolutely no need to over tighten any of these. Then she goes back on. The good news is they're all equal thread lengths, so there we go, bit more fluid coming out now. What I'll do, I will put this transmission tray fluid into the main one and measure it out, so I've got a rough idea how much fluid I've drained off. First check is, does it look similar? Yes it does, that's kind of good news, isn't it? So, got a new ring there, that's fine, that's nice and oiled up. So what I can do is just offer this up, and then I think I'll put that 7th screw in, and then I can add the other 2 once this is up and mounted. So let's have a feel, make sure I've got it nice and try and get it in the right position. That would already help, wouldn't it? And I was going to feel for where the hole needs to go. So let's pop this one in. Again, just feeding it in by hand. And there's the final one in here. Just feeling for that nicely. There we go. So I was going to put a very light, snug tension on these. Let's do it up bit by bit. Oh, it's a little bit looser, my mistake. Okay, the gasket is offered up. It's quite thick, it fits on quite loose, and if you look really carefully, there's just little gaps or marks where the little clips and screws go on. There's another one. Another one just there, so 1, 2, you can see that one's still stuck on there, so it just allows for the screws and little clampy things that go on there. One of the screws. So I'm just gonna try and line this up, something like this. Feels about right. So I'm just going to feed in hopefully this screw, and then we can kind of make a start from there. Can't seem to get it in. Oh my word. Ow. You'll notice I've got a jack just over here. So to avoid lots of frustration, what I did was I gently jacked the bottom of the transmission tray so that it was just underneath where everything lined up. And then what I was able to do, I was able to get that screw in. It's loosely in at the moment. I was also able to do the same on the other side whilst the jack pad was gently supporting just here. And then I was able to get the middle one in, and I've just done the same on the other side. So I've been able to remove the jack. This is still relatively loosely fitted, so now I can just go and put the two end bits on, and then I can start going around and tighten up. I'm just going to go and put on this nut. Let's bring that down. There we go. So just making sure I've got that aligned. Why does this camera keep facing the wrong way? Here we go. So I brought it down, just making sure that's fully aligned with the thread. I'm just going to hand thread this on. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it that right. Okay, if I just hand thread that on gently, like so, make sure it's on properly, which is great. And then what I can do, once it's flush, I can start tightening it up with the spanner. Nut here has been tightened. I'll put it to about 45 in the end. What I'm going to do now is put on a little protective case here. Okay, the little brackets on. These are torqued to around 25, maybe a little bit more. Alright, managed to get 4 litres measured out. So it's all in there from the tray and the main transmission drain. So I'll be looking to put 4 litres in, and then what I'll do is then cycle the gears. We'll start the engine up and we'll start cycling gears and so on and so forth, so that when it's warmed up we can then set the level using a dipstick. Yep, managed to splash that about a bit. Okay, so I've got 3.5 left, about another ½ litre I think, and I'll also clean up that mess I've made. Yep, that's 2 litres. Yeah, it's not even registering. Yep, it's starting to register now. So we've been able to cycle through the gears a couple of times now, back and forth, so that's good. I'm just going to take a measurement. Just on the mean measurement for hot. Hear the fan whirring away there.
I think it's fairly safe to say the gearbox is not quite up to temperature. But on the marker, she's just under max, so I think that's enough fluid in there now. What I'll do now is just check underneath for any leaks or anything like that.
Alright. I wouldn't say the gearbox is quite up to temperature yet. I'm just looking for any leaks. Can't see anything at the moment, which is good news. I will of course check around the other side. I'm just looking at the seal round here. I think it's all good. No drips or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. If you're seeing a bit of smoke coming from over there, it's because I had some plus gas on the oxygen sensor. It won't budge, by the way, so it might have to be a garage job because I ain't got the tools to deal with that. Otherwise, all good. I'll try and record as much as can. I'll see if I've spilt some fluid it's come down here. That's not clever. But yeah, I hope you found some of this useful. Plenty more content for XJ40 coming along reasonably soon. Thanks a lot.